Have you ever lay awake at night, staring at the ceiling, and wondered where we truly are in this vast, unending cosmic ocean of our existence? The world outside is silent, the city is asleep, but your mind is wandering through the infinite reaches of the stars that hang above the clouds. We are told the universe is expanding, growing larger with every passing second. But the question remains, what exactly is it expanding into, and why now? Tonight, we leave the noise of the day behind. We will journey through the geometry of space to find a truth that defies our common human logic. Imagine the universe as a vast, dark mirror. It reflects the mystery of creation and the silence of space that seems to have no end. When we look up, we see the past. We see light that has traveled billions of years just to touch our eyes in this quiet, lonely moment. Just as this ripple expands across the water, the fabric of our reality is stretching, pulling every galaxy and every star further away into the deep. Is there an edge to this expansion? Is there a wall where the universe stops and something else begins? Or is the concept of outside an illusion? Let your breath slow down. Let your thoughts drift like those distant clouds of gas. We're going to explore the very edges of the known. The universe is not just a place we live in. It is a living, growing entity that challenges everything we think we know about the void. The silence of the night is a bridge to the silence of the stars. In this stillness, we can finally hear the echoes of the beginning. If the universe is everything that exists, how can it have a place to expand into? This is the paradox that haunts the minds of thinkers. To understand the answer, we must first unlearn what we think we know about space. We must see the world through the eyes of pure logic. Your room is a small box in a vast city on a tiny planet, spinning through a galaxy that is moving through a much larger emptiness. Every atom in your body was once forged in the heart of a dying star. You're a part of the universe exploring its own self. As the waves reach out into the dark, so does our curiosity. We are explorers of the night, searching for the meaning behind the cosmic expansion. Time and space are woven together in a fabric that is being stretched by forces we're only just beginning to name and understand tonight. Feel the weight of your body against the bed. You are safe. You are grounded. Now, let your mind float upward into the dark sky. The expansion of a universe is not a movement through space, but a stretching of space itself. It is a subtle but profound cosmic distinction. In the pages of history, we find the first clues. Astronomers noticed that the further away a galaxy is, the faster it seems to flee. This is the redshift. It is the signature of a universe in motion, a cosmic siren indicating that everything is moving away from everything else. This map shows us the glow of the Big Bang, the moment when space and time began their long, slow journey toward the present moment. Imagine being that light, traveling forever into a void that has no end. That is the fate of many photons in our expanding, lonely cosmos. We once thought the universe was static and eternal, but Einstein and Hubble showed us a world that is dynamic, changing, and constantly growing larger. The grid is not moving into a room. The grid itself is getting bigger. There is no outside to the grid. It is the whole world. A single flame can illuminate a room, but what can illuminate the entire universe? Only the truth of our observations can light the way forward. We are approaching the first great misunderstanding. Most people think of an explosion, a bomb going off in a pre-existing room of empty space. But the Big Bang was not an explosion in space. It was the explosion of space itself. There was no empty room before the start. When the balloon expands, it doesn't move through the air. Its surface simply grows. This is the key to unlocking the mystery of the void. As we conclude this first part of our journey, feel the peace of the unknown. The universe is big, but you are part of it. We enter the second chapter of our story. Here, we confront the common misconception that the universe is expanding into a giant, empty, dark room. It is hard for the human mind to imagine something that has no outside. We're used to boundaries, walls, and the edges of things. Light stretches as it travels through expanding space. The waves become longer, turning redder, telling us that the distance between us is growing every moment. Think of this raisin bread. As the dough rises, the raisins aren't swimming through the bread. The bread itself is simply growing between each individual raisin. Each raisin sees every other raisin moving away. There is no center of the expansion, yet everything feels like it is moving away from you. If you were an ant on this balloon, you would see no edge. You would just see the surface getting bigger, no matter where you walked. The air inside the balloon doesn't exist in the analogy. Only the surface matters. Our three-dimensional space is like the two-dimensional surface of that sphere. Space is not a nothing. It is a something that can stretch, bend, and grow. It is the stage, not just the background of the play. You're not moving through space. Space is moving you. It is the conveyor belt of reality, carrying galaxies toward an ever-distant, cold, and dark horizon. In these massive structures, stars are born. Even as space expands, gravity holds these local neighborhoods together, resisting the pull of the great cosmic void. Expansion only wins on the largest scales. Up close, in our own galaxy, the bond of gravity is stronger than the stretching of the dark space. While most galaxies flee, our neighbor Andromeda is coming toward us. Gravity pulls us together, even as the universe tries to push us all apart. This tug-of-war between gravity and expansion defines the history of our universe. It is a balance that has lasted for over 13 billion long years. The culprit is dark energy, a mysterious force that permeates every inch of space, acting as a cosmic pressure that drives the acceleration of everything. We call it the vacuum energy. It is the energy of space itself. Even when there is nothing, there is still this hidden, driving force of growth. Like light through a prism, our understanding is being split into new dimensions. We are learning to see the invisible structure of the entire world. The universe follows the same patterns from the smallest cup of coffee to the largest cluster of galaxies. Everything is connected by a singular design. Imagine a dimension you cannot see, a direction you cannot point to. Space could be curving into a realm that our human senses cannot yet perceive. Just as there is nothing north of a North Pole, there might be no outside to the universe. It is a self-contained, perfect, and finite whole. The horizon looks like an edge, but as you move toward it, it recedes. The universe might be a horizon that we can never truly reach. Time and expansion are linked. As time flows forward, space grows. They are two sides of the same coin, unfolding in a beautiful cosmic dance. When you look into the void, remember that you are the universe looking at itself. You are the consciousness that gives the expansion its true meaning. The galaxies are like these seeds. They are drifting apart on the winds of dark energy, destined to be alone in the vast, cold future. There is a certain peace in the expansion. It is a slow, rhythmic growth that has been happening since before the first star ever began to shine. Inside the small, we find the infinite. In the large, we find the simple. The universe is a masterpiece of scale, from the subatomic to the galactic. Even the strongest gravity cannot stop the expansion of the universe as a whole. Space is the ultimate winner in this long, cosmic struggle for dominance. We reach out for answers, hoping to touch the edge of reality. But perhaps the edge is not a place, but a state of being. Space expands at a speed that exceeds the limit of light at great distances. This creates a cosmic horizon beyond which we can never ever see. Beyond that horizon, galaxies are disappearing forever. They're moving so fast that their light will never reach our eyes, no matter how long we wait. We listen to the whispers of the void. We hear the hiss of the beginning. It tells us a story of growth, change, and eventual cosmic solitude. The universe is a river that is getting wider. As we float downstream, the banks move further away, leaving us in a wider and wider channel. The light itself is tired. It loses energy as it fights the expansion of space. This is why the light from distant galaxies appears so red. The history of the universe is written in the grooves of space-time. We are just a needle, playing back the symphony of the great cosmic beginning. As the fire dies down, we realize that the universe is also cooling. The expansion is a process of dilution, spreading heat across an infinite void. In this desert of stars, we are the only ones asking why. We are the witnesses to a grand expansion that has no witness but us. We once thought the universe might collapse back on itself, but the data shows otherwise. The expansion is not slowing down. It is actually speeding up. The arrow of time points forward, and the arrow of expansion points outward. Together, they lead us into a future that is vast, dark, and empty. In the very far future, galaxies will be so far apart that the night sky will be completely black. There will be no stars left to see. Imagine being the last observers in a universe that has expanded so much that all other galaxies have vanished beyond the reachable and visible cosmic horizon. Our maps are always changing. Each new discovery expands our mental horizon, just as dark energy expands the physical horizon of the world we live in. This brings us to our next thought experiment. If you could travel in a straight line forever, would you ever reach an end or a wall? The universe is like a treadmill that is growing longer. Even if you run forever, you might never reach the end because space is being created. A circle is finite, yet it has no edge. This is the simplest way to visualize a universe that is expanding but not into a room. We are moving from the familiar to the abstract. We are leaving the comfort of our 3 dimensions to explore the higher geometry of the cosmos. Rest your mind here. You are a passenger on a journey that started billions of years ago and will continue long after we are gone tonight. Welcome to the third part of our journey. Here, in the quiet halls of thought, we explore the geometry of a world without any physical boundaries. Our ancestors believed the Earth was flat, with an edge you could fall off. They couldn't imagine a surface that was both finite and curved. But the globe changed everything. It showed us a world where you could travel forever in one direction and eventually return to where you began. On a sphere, there is no edge. There is no point where the surface ends. It is a self-contained, perfect geometric shape in 3-dimensional space. Geometry changes when the surface is curved. In our universe, the very fabric of space might be curved in a way we cannot directly see. If the universe is a closed sphere, a beam of light sent out into the void would eventually hit the back of your own head. Math is the language of the cosmos. It allows us to describe shapes and dimensions that our human brains were never evolved to visually imagine. We are 3-dimensional beings. We understand length, width, and height. But the universe might be a 3-dimensional surface of a 4-dimensional object. This is the tesseract. It is a hint at the complexity of higher dimensions. The universe might be expanding into a 4th spatial dimension we can't feel. Just as a shadow is a lower dimensional projection, our entire reality might be a projection of a much more complex, higher dimensional structure in the bulk. Einstein's equations of general relativity allow for a universe that is finite but unbounded. It is a concept that is beautiful, elegant, and terrifying. When we look closer, we see that the curvature of space is determined by the matter and energy it contains. Mass tells space how to curve. This is gravity. It is the warping of the fabric. Now, imagine the entire universe is the trampoline, and it is being stretched from all sides. Time is the 4th dimension. As time ticks forward, the trampoline grows. The space between the stars expands, but the stars themselves stay the same. Is the universe flat, or is it curved? Current measurements suggest it is incredibly flat, like an infinite sheet of paper stretching out into the dark. If it is truly flat and infinite, then it has no end. It has always been infinite, and it is simply getting more infinite as it grows. Space could have strange topologies. It could be a Mobius strip where you can walk on the inside and outside without ever crossing a boundary. Every point in the universe was once part of the same single point. Expansion is just the memory of that first, great, and singular moment. We're searching for the shape of everything. Is it a sphere, a donut, or a flat plane? The answer defines the fate of our future. In a torus universe, you could look through a telescope and see a younger version of our own galaxy far away in the distant sky. This complexity arises from simple rules. The laws of physics are the brushstrokes, and the universe is the ever-growing, ever-changing, and beautiful cosmic canvas. On this peak, you feel the vastness. But even this mountain is just a tiny ripple on the surface of an unimaginably large and growing sphere. The three-sphere is our best guess for a finite universe. It is a shape that encloses all of space within itself, leaving nothing on the outside. We can only see the observable universe. Beyond our reach, space continues, perhaps forever, or perhaps it curves back in on itself in the dark. The bubble is finite. The surface is the universe. The air inside and outside are the higher dimensions we cannot yet see or measure tonight. If the universe popped, where'd we go? This is the fear of the void. But in math, there is no need for an outside room. The universe is expanding into itself. It is the creator of its own space. It doesn't need a container because it is the only container. Time provides the room for space to grow. Without time, there is no expansion. They are the two primary dimensions of our grand cosmic existence. Your mind is also a container. It can hold the entire universe within a single thought. You're the mirror that the cosmos uses to see. We are moving away from the warmth of human thought into the cold reality of the event horizon, where light and time begin to fail. This is the limit of our knowledge. Beyond this line, the expansion of space is so fast that no signal can ever reach our world again. Imagine being on that ship, watching the universe disappear. One by one, the stars would fade away until you were left in a total, perfect darkness. We are all on that ship. The expansion is slowly isolating us. In billions of years, our galaxy will be the only thing we can see. Even in the smallest grain, there is space. And even that tiny space is stretching, though we are too small to feel the cosmic pull today. The forces of the universe keep us together. Gravity and electromagnetism fight against the dark energy, keeping our bodies and our planets whole and safe. The universe is a field. We're just ripples in that field. The field is growing, and we are growing along with it every single day. The cosmic web is like this. It is a fragile, beautiful structure that connects everything, yet it is being stretched to its very limits by expansion. In the heart of the storm, there is peace. In the heart of the universe, there is a fundamental silence that expansion can never truly touch. Math is the key. It opens the doors to higher dimensions and allows us to see beyond the limits of our own three-dimensional and physical experience. Our universe could be just one slice of a higher dimensional reality, a single moment in a much larger and more complex story of the whole. We use our tools to peek behind the curtain. We measure the light of distant supernovae to map the speed of the expansion across all time. These cosmic candles show us the truth. The universe is not just expanding. It is accelerating, moving faster and faster into the deep, dark, and lonely night. We reach for the stars, even as they flee from us. It is the human condition to seek connection in a universe that is drifting apart. The trail is the past. The drop is the present. The window is the space. The expansion is the gravity that pulls the drop forever downward. We are on one of those islands. The mist is the unknown. We look across the sea, wondering if there are other islands beyond our sight. Patterns repeat. Scale is relative. The universe might be an infinite fractal, where expansion is just a change in the scale of our own observation. There is a universe in the small. There is a universe in the large. Both are equally mysterious, and both are expanding in their own unique ways. This is the song of the cosmos. A low-frequency hum of expansion that resonates through every atom and every star in the entire physical world. Feel the sway. It is the rhythm of the earth. It is the rhythm of the universe. We are all moving together, even as we move apart. Your heart beats in time with the expansion. You're a part of the growth. You are a part of the life that space created. Light ends, but the space remains. The expansion doesn't stop just because the light goes out. It is a fundamental property of the vacuum itself. This is one possible end, a universe so stretched that even the bonds of matter fail. But that is a long, long time from tonight. For now, there is only peace. The expansion is a slow process, a gentle stretching of a world that is still young and full of light. The ocean is like the universe. It is vast, it is moving, and it has depths we have yet to explore or even truly understand. We leave our mark, but the universe is grander. It expands and changes, but always remains the same, beautiful and mysterious home for us all. These strings are remnants of the early universe. They're the stitches in the fabric of space that expansion has pulled tight over the eons. Each second is a new beginning. Each second, the universe is slightly larger than it was before. We are living in a moment of growth. The bridge connects two places. But what does the universe connect? Perhaps it connects us to a truth that lies beyond the physical and the seen. At the very bottom, space is alive. It is a frothing sea of possibility. Expansion starts here, in the tiny bubbles of the quantum world tonight. The candle is small, but its light is brave. Like our understanding, it pierces the dark, showing us the way through the infinite, expanding cosmic void. We move into the fourth chapter. Here, we face the ultimate boundary, the edge of light, and the concept of a universe that is self-contained. What lies beyond the farthest star we can see? Is it more of the same, or is it a realm where the laws of physics change? Some scientists believe our universe is just one of many. In this view, our space is expanding into a higher dimensional void that contains other worlds. This nothingness is the true void. It is a place without space, without time, and without the laws of nature that we take for granted. Solitude is a human feeling, but it might also be a cosmic one. Our universe might be a lonely island in an infinite sea of other islands. In the bulk, our universe is like a thin membrane, a brain that is floating and stretching through a reality that has 5 or more dimensions. Expansion is the membrane getting larger. It doesn't need to go anywhere because it carries its own space and time with it like a shadow. Is the universe an infinite loop? If you go far enough, do you just see another version of yourself, looking back from a distant, identical galaxy? The mirror is a boundary. The universe might have a boundary that is not a wall, but a geometric condition that prevents anything from leaving. In the very beginning, the universe expanded faster than light. This was inflation, a brief moment that set the stage for everything we see today. Inflation smoothed out the universe. It made it flat, uniform, and vast. It was the great ironing of space-time before the first stars were ever born. When you look at that star, you're seeing light that has traveled through space that was much smaller when the light first began its journey. Expansion is like a headwind for light. It has to work harder to reach us, losing its energy and shifting its color as it crosses the void. The darkness of a night sky is actually a clue. If the universe were infinite and static, every point in the sky would be as bright. But the sky is dark. This is because the universe is expanding and has a beginning. Light from the most distant stars simply hasn't reached us yet. The expansion is the reason for the dark. It is the cosmic curtain that hides the infinite light of the Big Bang from our fragile human eyes. While dark energy pushes, dark matter pulls. They are the two invisible masters of the universe, locked in a struggle that determines the shape of everything. We are caught in the middle. We are made of normal matter, a tiny fraction of the whole, living in a world shaped by invisible cosmic giants. Black holes are the ultimate sinkholes of space-time. They're the opposite of expansion, points where space is pulled in so tight that nothing survives. As the sun sets on our understanding, we realize that the universe is far stranger than we can imagine. It is a place of paradoxes and wonder. This is the ultimate outside, a different state of reality that could replace our own. But don't worry, the chances are cosmically small for this to happen. The universe is our home. It is where we were born, and it is where we will always be. Expansion is just the growth of our home. Everything is temporary, but the laws of physics are eternal. They guide the stars, and they guide the expansion of the very space we inhabit tonight. This is the most likely end, a slow cooling as the universe expands forever. It is a quiet, peaceful end to a long and brilliant cosmic story. In the dark, we find clarity. We see that our lives are a brief flash of light in an eternity of expansion and slow, majestic cosmic change. The expansion might never end. In some places, it might be giving birth to new worlds, even as our own universe slowly cools and fades away. We are stardust. We are the universe's way of thinking about its own expansion. Every thought you have is a cosmic event in itself tonight. Time is the canvas. Space is the paint. Expansion is the artist's brush, creating a masterpiece that is too big for any human to ever see. Expansion might make things farther away, but space might also have shortcuts. Wormholes are the dreams of physicists, paths through the stretching and growing cosmic fabric. The ocean is infinite to the one who cannot swim. The universe is infinite to the one who cannot travel beyond the light of their home. This curtain is the limit of our sight. It is the glow of the beginning, a wall of fire that marks the start of our cosmic expansion. We name the stars to feel closer to them. We study the expansion to feel less alone in a universe that is growing larger every single second. Inside every atom is a void. Most of our world is empty space. Expansion is just the growth of that emptiness on a grand, galactic, and cosmic scale. Space is the sky. Galaxies are the clouds. Expansion is the wind. We are the observers, watching the slow and beautiful movement of the infinite world. Even the void is not empty. It is a sea of energy that drives the expansion. This is the heartbeat of the vacuum, the pulse of the universe. Knowledge is our only shield against the dark. We learn, we grow, and we expand our minds to match the expansion of the universe we live in. The universe might be a 4D sphere. If so, expansion is just the radius of the sphere getting larger, and we are on the 3D surface. Every seed is a galaxy. Every seed is a story. They are all moving away, fulfilling the destiny of a universe that is born to be vast. Look into the dark. It is not empty. It is full of potential. It is the womb of a universe, where space is created every single moment. Even in the city, we are part of the cosmos. The atoms and the steel and the glass were made in the same expansion that we study tonight. It was not an end, but a beginning. The expansion is the continuation of that first, great, and singular breath of life that the universe ever took. In the universe, there is no up or down. There is only in and out. Expansion is the out, the movement away from the center of self. Is the universe alive? Is the expansion its growth? We are the cells of this giant, thinking organism trying to understand the body we live in. Up here, you can almost hear the expansion. A low, steady vibration of space being created, a hum that goes back to the dawn of all time. Each tick is a mile. Each tick, the universe is larger. We are moving through time and space at a speed we can never truly feel. It is the invisible ocean. We are the ships. The tide is rising, and it is carrying us all further and further out into the deep void. We belong to the stars. We are a part of the expansion. We are the universe experiencing itself in a moment of quiet and profound human wonder. Even with expansion, there are currents. We are being pulled by some things, even as we are pushed away from others by the dark energy's hand. Warmth is rare in the universe. Most of space is cold and empty. The expansion only makes the cold and the empty much more vast tonight. The fabric of reality is strong, but expansion is tireless. One day, the tension might be too much, and the universe will simply pull itself apart. For now, we are safe. The universe is a stable and beautiful home. Expansion is a slow, majestic process that happens over billions of long years. Space can vibrate. It can stretch, and it can ring like a bell. Expansion is the long, low note that has been ringing since the beginning. The spiral is the shape of growth, is the shape of galaxies, is the shape of the expansion that defines the history of our world. This is our bubble. Outside, the universe continues, but its light will never reach us. We are living in a finite pocket of an infinite world. The globe is our world. The universe is the room. The room is the dimension. And the dimension is growing, expanding into the unknown and unseen. Even in an expanding universe, connection is possible. Some things are linked across the void, defying the distance that expansion creates between the stars and galaxies. We are the eyes of the universe. We are the way it sees its own expansion. We are the way it understands its own vast and silent. We can still hear the beginning. It is a hiss on the radio, a glow in the sky. It tells us that the expansion is real and old. The ocean is deep. The universe is deeper. We stand on the edge, looking out at expansion that has no shore and no end tonight. Sleep now, and let the universe grow. The expansion will continue as you dream, a silent and beautiful background to your own personal and quiet night. We enter the fifth part of our journey, moving beyond the physical into the realm of the truly infinite and the possibility of other worlds. What lies outside of everything? If the universe is all there is, then there is no outside. There is only a state of being and non-being. Perhaps our universe is not alone. Imagine a sea of bubbles, each one its own cosmos, expanding at its own unique and beautiful speed and rhythm. In this view, the expansion is just the growth of our bubble in a much larger and more complex sea of realities that we call multiverse. Our reality is a brain, a three-dimensional surface in a higher dimensional bulk. Expansion is just the stretching of this membrane across a much larger space. Could a collision between two universes be the cause of a new Big Bang? This is a theory of a cycle, an eternal dance of creation. Math allows us to go where our bodies cannot. It is the only map we have for the realms that lie beyond the three-dimensional and reachable. At every point in space, there might be tiny hidden dimensions. They are curled up so small that we never feel them, yet they shape everything. Expansion is the growth of the big dimensions. But the small ones stay the same, a secret geometry that holds the keys to all the laws. We dream of other worlds. We dream of an outside. But maybe the outside is just another part of the inside that we haven't seen. The true void is not just empty space. It is the absence of the possibility of space. It is a nothing that the human mind cannot grasp. This is the miracle, something from nothing. The expansion is the victory of existence over the void, a celebration of light in the dark tonight. Imagine being the first thought in a new universe. You would have no where to be because you're the one creating the where yourself. Even in the void, there is life. Tiny fluctuations that can grow into entire universes. Expansion is the magnification of these tiny, ancient quantum and cosmic seeds. Every end is a beginning. The expansion that takes us away from each other might also be leading us to a new and different reality. Some theories suggest a big bounce. The universe expands, then contracts, then expands again, over and over, forever in a grand and eternal cosmic dance. In this view, the outside is just the previous universe. We are the children of a cycle that has no beginning and no final end tonight. Maybe space is an illusion. Maybe expansion is just a change in the information stored on the boundary of our universe, a cosmic and digital shift. We are the data. The expansion is the growth of the file. It is a new way to think about the nature of our vast reality. Fractals show us that complexity can come from simple rules. The expansion of a universe is the most complex fractal of all, a never-ending growth. Something outside our view might be pulling on us. A giant structure or another universe, hidden behind the curtain of our cosmic and reachable horizon. We are detectives. We look for the clues in the light. We follow the expansion to see where it leads, even if it leads to nothing. The universe is a symphony. The strings vibrate at different frequencies to create matter, energy, and the very space that is expanding all around us. The music of the cosmos is the music of growth. The expansion is the melody that has been playing for 14 billion long and beautiful years. We are the ripples. The universe is the lake. The expansion is the movement that carries us toward the shore of a new and different understanding. Even the smallest things are not immune to the pull of space. Expansion is a force that reaches into the heart of everything we know today. In your dreams, there is no space. You can be anywhere. Your mind is the only place that is not bound by the expansion of the world. The universe is a trap for light. It stretches it until it is too long to be seen, hiding the secrets of the distant and ancient stars. We are lost, but we are also home. The expansion is the map of our journey through the infinite. We are following the path of light. One day, the story will end. But for now, the expansion continues, and the universe is still full of light, life, and the wonder of self. Every day is a reminder of the beginning. The sun rises, the light expands, and a new day of exploration begins in our growing and vast world. This is the wallpaper of the universe. It is the record of the first expansion, a picture of the world when it was still young and bright. We are connected to the stars. We are a part of the expansion. We are the universe experiencing itself in a moment of quiet, human wonder. The distance is growing. The universe is getting larger. We are living in a time of growth, a time of change, and a time of wonder. The light is our hope. The dark is the mystery. The expansion is the bridge between the two. We are crossing that bridge every single day. The universe is a flower. Expansion is the blooming. We are the bees, searching for the nectar of truth in the heart of the infinite world. Everything is temporary, but the laws of physics are eternal. They guide the stars, and they guide the expansion of the very space we inhabit tonight. This is the most likely end, a slow cooling as the universe expands forever. It is a quiet, peaceful end to a long and brilliant story. In the dark, we find clarity. We see that our lives are a brief flash of light in an eternity of expansion and slow, majestic change. The expansion might never end. In some places, it might be giving birth to new worlds even as our own universe slowly cools and fades away tonight. We are stardust. We are the universe's way of thinking about its own expansion. Every thought you have is a cosmic event in itself tonight. Time is the canvas. Space is the paint. Expansion is the artist's brush, creating a masterpiece that is too big for any human to ever see. Expansion might make things farther away, but space might also have shortcuts. Wormholes are the dreams of physicists, paths through the stretching and growing cosmic fabric. The ocean is infinite to the one who cannot swim. The universe is infinite to the one who cannot travel beyond the light of their home. This curtain is the limit of our sight. It is the glow of the beginning, a wall of fire that marks the start of our cosmic expansion. We name the stars to feel closer to them. We study the expansion to feel less alone in a universe that is growing larger every single second. Inside every atom is a void. Most of our world is empty space. Expansion is just the growth of that emptiness on a grand, galactic, and cosmic scale. Space is the sky. Galaxies are the clouds. Expansion is the wind. We are the observers, watching the slow and beautiful movement of the infinite world. Even the void is not empty. It is a sea of energy that drives the expansion. This is the heartbeat of the vacuum, the pulse of the universe. Knowledge is our only shield against the dark. We learn, we grow, and we expand our minds to match the expansion of the universe we live in. The universe might be a 4D sphere. If so, expansion is just the radius of the sphere getting larger, and we are on the 3D surface. Every seed is a galaxy. Every seed is a story. They are all moving away, fulfilling the destiny of a universe that is born to be vast. Look into the dark. It is not empty. It is full of potential. It is the womb of the universe, where space is created every single moment. Even in the city, we are part of the cosmos. The atoms in the steel and the glass were made in the same expansion that we study tonight. It was not an end, but a beginning. The expansion is the continuation of that first, great, and singular breath of life that the universe ever took. In the universe, there is no up or down. There is only in and out. Expansion is the out, the movement away from the center of self. Is the universe alive? Is the expansion its growth? We are the cells of this giant, thinking organism trying to understand the body we live in. Up here, you can almost hear the expansion. A low, steady vibration of space being created, a hum that goes back to the dawn of all time. Each tick is a mile. Each tick, the universe is larger. We're moving through time and space at a speed we can never truly feel. We reach the end of this chapter. The expansion continues, a silent and beautiful background to the life that space created in our vast world tonight. We return to where we began. The room is the same, but your mind is now filled with the vastness of the expanding, infinite, and ancient cosmos. The universe is a grand mystery, but it is not a scary one. Its expansion is the breath of creation, a slow and steady cosmic pulse. As we zoom out, remember that you are a part of this expansion. You are moving with the stars, a passenger on a beautiful and eternal journey. Our cities are tiny sparks. Our problems are even smaller. In the scale of the expansion, everything we know is just a brief and beautiful moment. This is our home, a fragile oasis in a growing desert of stars. The expansion makes the oasis feel even more precious and unique tonight. We're leaving the small and entering the large. The expansion is the force that defines the scale of our solar system and the entire world. Even these giants are being moved. Space is growing between the sun and the most distant stars, carrying our entire family further out into the deep. Our sun is just one of 400 billion stars. Each one is a story. Each one is moving in the grand dance of the expanding universe. The galaxy is our neighborhood. It is held together by gravity, resisting the expansion of the void that surrounds us on all sides in space tonight. Here, the expansion becomes visible. The distance between our galaxy and the others is growing, a silent gap that gets wider with every single second. The universe is a sea of galaxies. The expansion is the rising tide. We are all drifting apart, destined to be alone in our own cosmic pocket. This is the skeleton of the world, a web of light in a dark void. The expansion is stretching the web, making the gaps larger and darker. This is our bubble. Everything we can ever know is inside this light. The expansion is the reason the bubble exists and why it is growing. Beyond the spark is the unknown. Is it more space or is it nothing? The answer doesn't matter, for we are safe within our own light. The expansion is the pulse. It is the proof that the universe is alive, growing, and full of the potential for new and beautiful cosmic stories. We are coming home. The journey was long, but the destination is familiar. The universe is big, but it is our home and we belong. Feel the warmth of the sun. It is a local light in a vast dark. The expansion hasn't taken it away from us yet, and never will. The world is quiet. The birds are asleep. The city is still. The expansion continues, but here on the ground, everything is perfectly at peace tonight. You're back in your room. The journey is over. The universe is still expanding, but you are grounded, safe, and ready for a deep sleep. Let the vastness of the cosmos soothe your soul. You are a small but essential part of a grand and beautiful story that never truly ends. The expansion is not a distance, but a growth. Let your mind grow quiet now. Let your thoughts drift away like those distant and ancient galaxies. The light is fading, and the sleep is coming. The universe is at peace, and so are you. There are no more questions to answer tonight. One final star, one final thought. The expansion is the silence between the stars. It is the peace of the void that welcomes your tired mind. Breathe in the peace. Breathe out the vastness. You are a child of the stars, born from the same light that is now expanding the world. The universe is your blanket. It is warm, it is old, and it is infinite. It will protect you through the night and until the morning. The moat is gone. The thought is gone. The expansion remains a silent and beautiful truth that needs no words and no more human thought. The room has vanished. There's only the dark and the peace. You are floating in the heart of the universe, in the heart of expansion. This is the light of a new dream. A dream of a universe that is both infinite and home. A dream of a growth without any end. Rest your eyes. Rest your heart. The expansion is a lullaby, a slow and rhythmic song of the cosmos that is calling you to sleep. You have found the answer. The universe is expanding into itself, into its own future, and into the infinite potential of a new and quiet day. Good night, Earth. Good night, stars. Good night, expansion. We are all together in the dark, and we are all exactly where we were always meant to be. The journey ends here, but the growth never does. The universe will be bigger when you wake up, and so will your understanding of its mysteries. The pulse is the universe. The pulse is you. Together, you are the expansion. Together, you are the story of everything that was and will be. There is only silence now. A beautiful, cosmic silence that is full of peace. Let it wash over you and take you into a deep sleep. Dream of the stars. Dream of the expansion. Dream of the truth that lies beyond the limits of your own three-dimensional and human world tonight. The universe is a gift. The expansion is its growth. You are its observer. Sleep now, and let the gift be opened in the morning light. The geometry is clear. The way is open. The universe is home. Good night, traveler of the stars. Good night, child of the expanding and vast cosmic void. In the silence, you find yourself. In the dark, you find the light. In the expansion, you find the peace that you have always sought. The last star is gone. The last thought has faded. The universe is asleep, and so are you. Sleep well in the heart of the void. The expansion is the heartbeat. It is the life of the cosmos. It is the truth of our reality. It is the peace of the night. No more words. No more light. Just the peace of a universe that is expanding into the silence of a new and beautiful dream for you. The journey is done. The explorer is home. The expansion is a memory of a day that has ended and a night that has begun. Sleep. Just sleep. The universe will hold you in its expanding arms until the sun returns to start a new and beautiful cosmic story tonight. Good night, dear traveler. May your dreams be as vast as the universe and as peaceful as the expansion of the stars through the silent void. Rest in the void. Rest in the light. Rest in the expansion. The universe is at peace, and so are you. Sleep now and dream forever.